See you guys.
I've been on some of these Zoom meetings this past couple weeks, and people have changed their backgrounds, like they would have like that.
Yes. Okay. So, well, I actually did that one time, and I didn't know how to change it back, so I don't even know how I did it.
Did you see the one where the professor was having class with his students and he changed himself to a potato?
No.
He couldn't get it changed, so he did the whole class looking like a potato.
Tammy, can you hear me? There's Holly.
Hey, Holly.
Holly, can you hear us now?
Hey.
Yay! Tammy is on here, but I think she's having some difficulty getting connected. I see her name.
Oh yeah. She sent it. She's here. She said.
She can hear us?
Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Tammy?
I'm just going to call her and see if she can hear us. Hey, are you just going to join by your phone? Yeah, you do the same thing. And instead of seeing everybody on the screen with the computer, you'll just be able to see the ones that are talking. Right. I got you. I'll get off here and I'll let you get on your phone then. Bye. No, you're fine. Bye. I'm going to answer this one more time, guys. Good afternoon, Metcalfe County High School. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. If you want to email her directly, and she could probably get up with you and talk to you. All right, thank you. Bye. All right, guys. Well, while Tammy's trying to get on, we're still. Oh, here she comes. Let's see if she can hear now. Tammy, can you hear us now? Maybe not. She's trying again. Tammy? I may do where I can put her on speakerphone, guys. Are you guys good with that if I just put her on my phone?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Hey, that's okay. Hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you on speakerphone so you'll just be able to hear us. It'll be the same thing as if you were just listening on the phone. All right, hold on one second. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is the site-based meeting for April the 3rd, 2020. So before we get started, what we're going to do, I know this is a little bit different. Thank you guys for all joining. We are streaming on YouTube live as well. So anything, if anybody's watching this that is not a part of Sitebase, we will not discuss anything that should be dealing with a closed session, which means we will not be discussing personnel, budgeting. Everything will be very generic and to the point about what's going on here at Metcalfe County High School. So because since it is on YouTube, you can actually go back and watch this. We have Justin Smith, who is a teacher on Sitebase, Brandy Etheridge, who is a teacher on Sitebase, Karen Linkus, teacher on Sitebase, and Holly Coleman. And Holly Coleman is on Zoom as a parent, and I have Tammy Sexton, which is a representative as a parent on my speakerphone. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open the meeting with a motion to open it, and Karen Linkus, what you'll do is as soon as I see people talk, I'll just say it out loud, and you can write down who motions what. Does that sound good for you, Karen?
That'll help me, thank you.
Okay, so do I have a motion to open the meeting today, April 3rd, 2020 for Sitebase?
I'll make a motion to open.
All right, Brandy Etheridge made a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, second. Was that Holly? Oh, was that Karen?
Karen.
Okay, good. Gotcha. Sorry. All right. So as you look at the papers there, we got opening business, call to order, just like we do. We have to approve the meeting from our last meeting, February 26th. Due to the COVID and the outbreak, we did not have a meeting during March. And our superintendent is fully aware of that, and we are still in compliance due to the pandemic. But I would like to approve the meeting for February 26th, 2020. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Holly Coleman makes a motion to approve the minutes. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
That's Justin Smith for a second. All right. Good news report. I do want to make a good news report. And I will say this, there has been some situations with Zoom with things popping up. If there's anything that ever pops up on our screen, I will stop the meeting immediately that may be inappropriate, that shouldn't be on the screen. I just want you to let you know we did have a problem with the Zoom meeting this morning that was not dealing with our school directly, but some of our kids were on it. So that happened. So if that happens, we apologize. Good news report. I do want to say that I'm very impressed with our teachers and that what they have been doing with NTI. This has been an uncharted territory for teachers. I mean, obviously, to parents. A lot of people are home now and staying cooped up, which is what they should be doing. But it's very difficult to stay in sometimes. But also, too, it's just different for students working via online. But one thing that our teachers have done a really good job is continuously being consistent in communicating and making sure our students are dedicated. I am so happy with where we are at this time. I have had extreme positive feedback about what's going on. And I am just, I'm very excited about where we are at this point in NTI. And I think that's really a good, actually a really good comment. We are continuing to work hard every day. One other good news report is we meet every Friday morning at 10 o'clock. We won't be meeting next week because of spring break, but all of our staff meets at 10 o'clock online Canvas, and we just talk about things that have come up and the positives. And so we're working extremely hard. Of course, our office staff, we usually have about one in the building per day. I've been working remotely some and been here some, so it's just kind of been up in the air. We're just trying to keep everybody as safe as possible with the pandemic going on. Do we have any public comment? Anybody have a public comment for this meeting? All right, so if we move on to student achievement and report data, I do want to talk a little bit more about NTI services. Our percentage, after talking to many of our students, I don't have a specific number for this, but our percentage of students that are completing work is very high at this point compared to other NTI days. But also, too, I do want a student achievement report. We did get our ACT score back, and it is 18.64, where if you look at data from MAP scores, that they would have been a little bit lower than that. That is a huge achievement for us because of our teachers worked extremely hard. We did mastery prep, we did prep work, we did a boot camp for ACT, and really prepared our kids. That was a big thing for us in our student achievement report data. School improvement planning. I do want to talk a little bit about this. State accountability test has been canceled for this year, so there will not be like stars next year, or they're not going to take our ACT score and on demand, and they're not going to calculate those together. That's all been thrown out the window. The only thing that is still accountable is our AP testing. AP testing is May 11th through the 22nd. I do believe the last AP test is May 22nd. And so they're going to be able to take those via online at home. And they just are coming out with these new things, AP, as we speak. Like they had a meeting this morning on it. So they're still not in detail about anything. They've got some tests put in days, but we're still working through this as well. Any questions on accountability testing or AP testing?
I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Holly. First, what the 18.64, do we know? I mean, how does that compare to previous years or compare to?
Okay,
like,
so
point?
yeah, so last year, if you look at last year's grade and this year's, they had, if you look at MAP scores, they were about the same. For what they had last year was 17.7.
Okay.
So if you look, but one thing too, Holly, I do want to add, 18.64 still may go down just a little because some of our special ed has not come in yet. That takes a little bit longer to get in.
Gotcha.
So you still have 12 or 14 students there that may have different accommodations. It doesn't mean that they have an IEP in something. But yeah, so you're talking that you almost have a point more than, and the data looks like it should have been equal. That shows you that our teachers were working hard there.
Sure, great. My other question is on the completion of work. Is there something in place? Like as a parent, I don't know how to check if my kids are doing their work. Would I have been alerted at this point? Is there something in place that's triggering somebody being notified if work's not getting done?
Yeah, so the best way is that if I haven't called you, then they're probably doing work. I've called the teachers.
Okay.
If they can't get in touch with the student and they're not working, an administrator has probably already called them. Okay. Yeah. So, or
makes you feel better. Your son has done all of his work. That's why I haven't spoken to you.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I mean, our kids say they're doing their work, but I don't know how to check that.
Right. It is hard to gauge sometimes. Yes, I agree.
And also too, Holly, and feel free to let other parents know as well that they can always email their teachers directly, even though they're working remotely. They can always email them directly. Now, next week with spring break, it may be of a little bit of delay because of spring break, but teachers have always been really good about communicating that. And but yeah, we've tried to be on top of that. Most of the time too, when we call students, and what we've been running into is that those students don't have internet access and they're doing packets and they just haven't turned those packets in yet. So that's the main thing. It's been rare for us to make a contact and they say they've done nothing. Now we do have that because we have close to 500 kids. I mean, we're dealing with high school kids. Then you may have some kids that don't do work. And then we've got to kind of push them forward a little bit. So does that answer your question, Holly? I don't want to move forward here.
It does. I just wanted to make sure something was in place mean, as a parent, I'd rather know 2-3 weeks in if they're behind rather than
Oh
finding out.
yeah, we've
Months
already
down
made
the road.
contact. I probably have talked to 40 parents in the past 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I do. I usually do it in the afternoons. I start about 3. Even though some parents are not working right now, I try to get them when they get off work, instead of just leaving a message. That works better. And
Yeah.
I use Google Voice where I can call at home from my cell phone and not give my personal cell phone out. So that's what a lot of the teachers do, teachers do anyway. So.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Tammy, are you still here? Just want to make sure.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Can you guys hear her when she talks?
Yeah.
All right, good deal. All right, so let's move on to the budget, site-based decision-making budget. So right now we are right at $8,000, and we are still, you have, I think it's like the beginning of May to where you can spend that. And we are still being really careful with that, with not knowing where we're at with funding right now, where things are going. So we still may have to use some of this in the future. So whereas at the end of the year last year, if I had $8,000 and I had 2 weeks, I would try to spend it, as quick as I could, or not, but try to make sure we use it, because sometimes it don't go to the next year. Where this year we're being careful and we're going to make sure that our money is used in the right places, and that it may go forward to the next year. We don't know how this is going to work right now because this is an uncharted territory for that. So, but I feel like we have got the bang for the buck, I guess you could say, on what we have bought this year and the money that we've used. I feel like our teachers, the things that we have purchased has been something that's really been beneficial for our staff and our students. And one thing that I've always wanted to do, I never wanted to get to the end. And last year we didn't have it either. And this year there were still things that we were going to pay for, and not feel like I spent the money where it needed to be spent. And I feel like this year we've done a really good job of using that money, and doing it the right way and to the places that we needed it. So, do you have any questions about site-based? All right. Do I have a motion to approve the site-based for the month of March?
I'll make the motion. This is Tammy.
All right. Motion by Tammy.
I'll second it.
All right.
Holly.
Second by Holly. The parents coming through. I like it. I like it. All right. So let's look toward the activity account here. If you want to look through there, we did have some accounts that were working to get out of the hole because they had some expenses there. And we are still bringing in money on, as you can see there with band boosters, we're still bringing some of that money in there. They're having bundt cakes come in next week. So we've got some money coming in for that, and I'm confident in where we are at right now with all of our accounts. I'll just throw that out there, and done a little research and talked to some teachers. So I feel pretty good. Does anybody have any questions about any of this? All right. Do I have a motion to approve the activity fund for this month?
I'll make the motion. This is Karen.
All right. Karen makes the motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. That's Justin Smith for the second.
I have a question.
Yes, Tammy, go ahead.
How will we handle, say, for example, the delivery of those cakes?
Okay. Good question. Okay. So next week, the bundt cakes will come in, and they are already supposed to be delivered. Of course, we're on spring break and nobody will be here. But Mr. Fenwick is going to set up a time that they're going to come pick those up. He's going to spread those cakes out, and they're going to come pick those up, because we've already sold. People have already purchased these cakes, so they're going to use social distancing and picking those up. And and make sure he gets those out. If you guys have a better way or route around that, I'm open to suggestions. Does that answer your question, Tammy?
Yes, sir.
Is he going to Tennessee to get those?
Don't know. Is that where they usually get them?
That's where they come from. Yeah.
That's usually it.
Oh, well, I don't know. May want to say something to him.
I don't know if Andy would approve.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably not. Probably not on that one. If we look at our committee report update, we don't have a committee update report. Our field trip here request. Some of these are we're going to approve, but some of them have been postponed or canceled. But since the possibility of us coming back is still there, I say we go ahead and approve it. If they don't do it, then we're still okay. Are you guys okay with that? All right. So I just want to approve Volleyball Boosters is looking to do a 6th grade volleyball tournament to raise money. Do I have a motion to approve this fundraiser?
Make the motion.
Approve.
Who is that?
Brandy and I think.
Okay, Karen, and then Brandy will do this. Be the second. And then FFA has already went and done spring speaking contest, and they had a good trip. Do I have a motion to approve the FFA spring speaking contest?
I'll make a motion.
All right. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, Justin.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Kona Ice, Metcalfe County Football Booster, that is on hold and postponed right now, but there's still a possibility they may do that. They have canceled it right now, but it's a possibility. So I'd like to go ahead and approve it. Kona Ice, Metcalfe County Football Boosters. Do you have a motion to approve that?
I'll make a motion to approve it.
All right, Holly Coleman, motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Brandy Etheridge, second. All right. If we look at old business here, we still have our geometry posting posted. You guys have got the hiring committee on the geometry posting. And what I can tell you about all of our postings right now is that I have no idea when we're going to get together. So because of the social distancing, we want to make sure. At this point, I would really prefer not to do talk about things online about candidates if I can all help it whatsoever. And I'd like for us to do that in person. So we saw that posted. The new business, I do want to add something on this and just talk about it really quick with Family Consumer Science. Look for that posting to be posted for the part-time position for 5th and 6th period next year. We've talked about that. And that will be a part-time person that is Family Consumer Science. Also, we do have our assistant principal instruction that is posted. And also, we met new business. I do want to talk, well, scheduling. Dawn Harbison and Brandy Morgan are working with scheduling and with those students. That has been a whole new process in itself because of what we're going through with our scheduling. We like to, you know, it's easier when the students are here and we can all talk to them, but that's not been happening. So we're trying to do that, and that's been a process in itself. But that's going really good. Dawn and Brandy are doing a good job with that. We met this past week with student ambassador, or not, we didn't meet with student ambassadors. We met with some Marion County folks and some student ambassadors from Marion County to get a new idea. They've had student ambassadors for several years and just get some new ideas and ways to go about things. And I thought that was really good. But there's going to be some new information come out about student ambassadors. Brandy Morgan is getting all that together. I don't want to miss any of that, so I'm not even going to discuss any of that, but be looking for that, and that'll just be like an application and how to sign up. What I will tell you this is the student ambassadors that were student ambassadors last year will continue to be a student ambassador. We have checked with several other student ambassador programs, and that's how they do it and works good for them. And after talking, we felt like the ones that are continuing to be student ambassadors will continue to do that. So if Justin Smith was a student ambassador last year, that means he will come in this year and be a student ambassador as well. Somebody's knocking on the door. So also too, new business. I'm sorry, I already went over that. I do want to say this. I did send a assistant principal and guidance counselor description of what those are and the responsibilities. I emailed that to you guys a little bit ago or a while back, and I just want you to have that. And went through with Brandy and Don and Mr. Cadle, and we all put that down. So, ongoing learning, just continue to look at where we're at in the process, upcoming deadlines. We're looking to come back to school May 4th. I don't know. I mean, it's up in the air. So I was asked this morning by a teacher what we can do, and or are we looking to stay out the rest of the year? And mine was like, I want to come back 3 weeks ago. Okay, so it's up to Andy Bashir and them and what's best for our community. Do we have any council discussion this morning or this afternoon? All right, guys. Well, if we don't have any discussion, if you guys, if you ever want to discuss anything in closed session, just give me an email or call me. You have my cell phone. I appreciate you guys joining today. I just need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. So we got Brandy and Justin. That's a motion to adjourn. Hey guys, I'll be in touch with you about our next meeting on our date. I'm not sure right now. Let's just wait on that to see where we're at with school and kind of how we're going to do that meeting. And I'll be in touch. Are you guys okay with that?
Yep.
All right, guys. Have a great afternoon. Have a great weekend and a great spring break.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Grant.
See you guys.
Miss